Do you struggle with confidence? Hi guys, girls, non-binds, I am Leah Solmers. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Without any laugh, I'm going to dive into some tips on how you can be more confident. Confidence is something that I struggled with, especially in my younger years as a teenager and things, but I kind of not so much grew out of it. I do still get nervous and things in certain situations, but for the better part of things, I think I'm quite a confident person. So tip number one, look your best. Now, I don't mean you have to be like a fashionista, like up with haute couture and all that thing, but look your best. So make sure you've washed, make sure you've brushed your teeth, all that good cleanliness, hygiene thing. I think that's the first time I've ever said that word, cleanliness. See, if I overthink it, I can't say the word. Make sure you're wearing comfortable clothes, you know, something that you feel comfortable in. So there are certain colours associated with clothing that do kind of promote this air of confidence around a person. Black would actually be one of those colours. It's not distracting to the eye. It gives off this air of like a strong, quiet energy around a person. And by all means, do wear bright colours if that is your thing. But I know for a lot of people that kind of suffer with anxiety and nervousness, as humans, we are attracted to bright colours naturally. It's just how nature works. Brighter colours will draw more people's attention, so if you're kind of trying to deflect that kind of attention, if you're uncomfortable being under the spotlight, I'd recommend wearing darker colours. So tip number two, in conversation with people, use their names, use their first names. It shows that you've been listening and you know who you're talking to. Even if like it's a family member or a friend, you know, use that person's name. It's a term of endearment. That is that person's name. You're addressing them. For me personally, because my mind is constantly going all over the place, like I do get bored in conversations. I'm not gonna lie, like I zone out and things. And at the best of times, it's no one's fault. It's just because my mind is constantly all over the place. But yeah, so it helps focus my own mind and it brings you back into that present moment. I think with confidence, it's all about being in that present moment. You're not overthinking things. I am probably talking too quickly, so I'll try and slow down a little bit. But yeah, in a situation, I'd use someone's first name. It just shows a level of respect as well, and helps you kind of focus in on that person. Tip number three would be your posture. Now, I don't have great posture. This is due to a back injury I had many years ago. Posture is really important, and body language, especially like in conversation and things. If you want to appear more confident, even if you are convinced that you're not, try not to kind of like make yourself as small as possible. Stand firmly, 2 feet on the ground, you know, make sure your body is facing the person you're talking to, and do try and make eye contact with the person that you are talking to. I know for a lot of people eye contact can be a bit intimidating, but it's showing that level of respect. You know, you're acknowledging the person, you're looking at that person. You might not necessarily be listening to that person like me, you might zone out or something. It just portrays the fact that you're not kind of ignoring what that person says. You're giving that level of acknowledgement. Look straight into someone's eyes. If you do struggle really bad with making the eye contact, what I sometimes do, well, I've got bad eyesight anyway, so my vision starts to blur if I focus on anything too long. I look just above the person's eyebrows. Tip number four, don't be afraid to be quiet. I think it's definitely like a misconstrued topic where the loudest person in the room is definitely the most confident. I find that completely false. Don't be afraid to be quiet, you know. Talk about things that you do know, and don't be afraid to admit that you don't know something. There's no point kind of going along with the conversation if you have no idea what it's about. Don't be afraid to stop and ask questions, you know. I think it's really important to remember that being quiet doesn't necessarily mean you're nervous. Try and engage in topics that you know about. I find that kind of helps because you've already established that you know something about that topic. But yeah, no, it really helps to kind of engage in conversation about topics that you do know. And don't be afraid to kind of disengage from a conversation if you don't know about a topic. So tip number 5, and I think my favourite one, that's really helped me over the years to kind of be more confident and in the moment, and does not let anything affect me. Know that how someone treats you has nothing to do with you. That's completely on them. That's a projection from them. So if you find someone's being not so much negative towards you, but kind of excluding you or just kind of making smart remarks or anything like that, that is very much down to that person. That is not a reflection on you, and you don't have to take anything someone says to heart. And if you do, I mean, we're humans, so sometimes like negative comments or behaviour does affect us, especially when it comes from someone outside of us. But it's really important to remember that it shouldn't affect you. If it does, then maybe there is kind of a need to ground yourself and get back to realising that anything outside of you only affects you if you allow it. You definitely have the power in that. It can be very frustrating and very senseless at times when people are negative towards other people, whether it be behaviour or words. Yeah, it can be very disheartening at times, especially when you're not like that yourself. But that's a reflection on that person. That's how they behave, and you don't have to emulate that by any means. If anyone behaves in a negative way towards you, that is very much a sign of insecurity in that person. Those are my 5 tips to be more confident. I hope they help. If you have any other tips that you'd like to share, do drop a comment down below. Subscribe, guys, girls, non-binds. Let me know if you want me to do more tip videos. I'm kind of trying to stick to a shorter format for these types of videos. I think that's it. Stay awesome, stay classy, be kind, and bye. Struggle. Yeah, I'm good. And yeah, make sure you promote. It kind of gives off this yeah. For me personally, because I think it's quite a misconstrued topic associated with confidence. You know, that the loudest person in the room has got to be the most confident. What I tend to do is kind of look at the person's forehead. I look at the person's forehead.